So yeah, let's begin tonight's session. Just a brief introduction of myself. So my name is Jimmy Liao, and I have been a full-time monk for about 10 years, and I've done a few long retreats myself. So I've been around practicing meditation for some time. And I was just talking prior to that. I was a PhD student at University of New South Wales, doing bioprocess engineering. So I'm very engineering and trained, in biotech. So you think an engineer become a monk is kind of really different, but it just happened to be the point of my life where I want to just explore different things, aspect of this. You can call it ancient wisdom, the Oriental wisdom. So I've been doing that for about 10 years. And then now I'm kind of reintegrated into society. And yeah, so I have a family now. And I'm very happy to share what I have learned all these years with you. And yeah, it's like, please also share with me whatever you have feel relaxed here. And then just, we'll try to create an atmosphere of really relaxing, like a home. Also a group setting. I was telling that it's very good to practice as a group, have friends that can support each other. So yeah, please, Cheng, right?
Yeah, Chen.
Cheng. How did you get here? Yeah,
I ran here.
Oh, are you a student here?
No, I'm not a student here.
Okay.
I've always lived in Bankstown.
Okay.
Yeah. Something about me is that I just thought of now is I like to hit two birds with one stone.
Okay.
So effortless action. So might as well do some exercise, get here, do some meditation, run here.
Perfect. That sounds really good.
Yeah, so it's a bit of
Very
Taoist
efficient.
thinking.
Yes.
So I like Taoism. I use the word like because I wouldn't say that I'm too well knowledged, but yeah, I like this sort of thing.
That's good. Please. Would you like to share something?
Sure. My name is Dewan.
Yeah.
I live in Brighton, Lessons.
Yeah.
And I do IT for living.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like the spirituality, right?
Yes.
So I think meditation is a means of connecting yourself with your higher or supreme self.
Yes.
So that's what I'm seeking, yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully
sounds good.
I'll learn a lot of things from you because you were a seeker.
Yes. That's good. Very good.
Thanks, Jimmy. My name's Chris. I'm a lawyer by profession.
Yeah.
So the reason I was here last week.
Yes.
I was rudely interrupted by the
alarm. Yes.
fire alarm. But yeah,
memorable one.
Yes. What brings me here is looking for techniques of relaxation.
Okay.
Meditation's been recommended to me by some friends. So yeah, it's
okay. Great.
An open mind, open to learn.
Thank you. Okay.
My name's Emma. I've been trying to practice meditation for the last 2 years, and I've always found it a bit difficult to do it like in your own space at home. And I found out last week it is better to be in a group setting to be able to do it. Because last week it was actually cleared my mind today. I had nothing going on up there, which was very surprising for the first time. So yeah.
Okay.
What more of that?
That's good. People online, would you like to share some? Who do we have here? Sorry, I'm very new to Zoom, so I don't really know how to do the live and then the Zoom. Trying to. I think can we start with you, Nikki? Yeah. Is it okay?
You can unmute.
Oh, I have to unmute her.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm up in Mudgee, and there's not a big Buddhist community up here, so this is kind of a way for me to join with other people, I guess, and practice at the same time with that group setting. Yeah.
Thank you for joining. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you.
And Eddie from Indonesia. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Wow.
Um,
Indonesia.
yeah, I'm from Indonesia.
Great.
Yeah, I've been practicing meditation for like almost 2 years, and been listening to Ajahn Brahm for like 3 years, I guess, since the pandemic. So yeah, this is a very positive group that I found, and I feel like I can learn a lot from this group.
Great. Welcome.
And thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. Adrian, are you there? Adrian. Who else do we have? Yeah, Adrian, right? Okay. Maybe he's not ready. Judy?
Yep. Hi, everyone. I joined the meditation class late last year, and I'm returning to continue on practicing meditation, trying to de-stress and seek some clarity in the mind. Thank you.
Okay, great. Shimran?
Yeah.
No,
Hi, everyone. Yeah. So I joined this group last year because I've tried meditation a few different times and found that I think doing it by yourself might be a little bit harder. So I wanted to do it in a group setting, and actually I didn't realize that I would gain more than just meditation, like all this wisdom, and it's honestly been life-changing for me, and I really want to pursue this Buddhist path and learn as much as I can with all this supportive community. So yeah, I'm back and I want to pursue it all the way.
so happy to hear that. Yeah. Okay, and am I missing someone? Jane, is it? Or Shaha? Anyone else? Am I missing? Liman, sister? Hello. Just say something briefly.
This is my first time joining in this meta center. I thought I'll be seeing Sister Sophia today, and I'm very surprised to see you, Brother Jimmy. I'm still in
Where are
KL.
you? In
I'm
KL?
still in Malaysia, yeah. I'm still practicing, yeah. So now I'm just doing part-time job, and I live a simple and relaxing life practicing. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay,
Yeah,
so
having
good
good
to have
day.
people from all over the world. Okay, let's start then. So I just want to give a very brief outline. Let me do this thing. Okay, how do I do this? On my screen. Okay, spacebar. Spacebar. Okay. So it's really difficult without some explanation and just goes straight to meditation. It's just, I think it's very important to have certain elements of understanding, Theoretically, it can be, help because it's about the view also. So I try to make it as brief as possible. Okay. So from a scientific point of view, when you see this, I'm from the biotechnology background. So in terms of the benefits for meditation, there are so many benefits of meditation, but specifically for the gene expression, which is, everyone know about the genome, and then the gene expression. That's how we maintain our health. The genes are responsible, the chromosome and the genes are responsible for everything that we do. So in terms of the gene expression in the deepest tissue level, it is found that meditation actually helps downregulation of pro-inflammatory genes. So what happens is we have this inflammation all the time, a lot our body taking wrong food, sore throat, all this. And a lot of them are because of this overstimulation and hyperfiring of all these neurons. We're just getting too hyperactive all the time because we're so bombarded with everything. Okay. So also it helps to maintain the telomere length, and that's the length of your chromosome at the end, these two cap, and we're born at this length as the chromosome copies each other, copy every time, it gets shorter and shorter. That's how we age. There's always some mistake. When you copy, when you lose some genes, you copy. The next version lose something. That's how we change and we age. So it's studied scientifically that with meditation, you can maintain your telomere length longer. So it actually helps slow down the biological aging process. And also the stress response, okay? When we stress, our body produces this cortisol, it makes us very agitated and everything. It's a stress hormone, basically. And with meditation, it helps regulate this stress response. Okay, we don't get easily agitated as much. And there's the brain function and neuroplasticity. It's got to do with our memory, learning and emotional regulation. And it's actually in here is less of a gene expression than neural pathways. Have you heard of different neural pathways that we form when we're young? So what happens is that when the baby is born, there's this brain, right? This fresh brain hasn't formed any pathways yet. As the baby grows, it will link certain events together. For example, that's how they learn. So if they touch fire, they get burned, right? And then they will link this fire with pain, and then they'll form a neurons in their brain. That next time they see fire, they will know, oh, I shouldn't touch it. That's how we explore the world. These different neuron pathways. And every individual are formed differently because of our conditions, how we brought up, the education we have. And these neural pathways are responsible also for our emotions and everything. So if certain people are prone to depression, it's also because the neuron pathway, they always go this way. Something remind them of something sad, link it together, it becomes so strong, it becomes a habit. Every time they see something, raining day, they will feel depressed. So with meditation, you can remake, reshuffle these neural pathways. That's how you help to overcome your depression and everything. Okay, so our brain, once it's wired, it's not fixed permanently. That's why it's called neuroplasticity. So it can adjust itself. That's how we learn. And then it also helps with the immune system. Okay, how we get. So these are just some of the benefits in terms of the scientific study in biology. So tonight I'm going to start first with a meditation technique called the metta meditation. Okay, it's just like when you go to gym, right? When you go to gym, Chang, you won't just lift heavy weights straight away, right? You do some warm up, stretching. You do some stretching exercise. And it's very important for athletes when they go. They have to stretch really well. Otherwise, they're going to injure themselves. So just treat meditation as going to a gym with your mind, So we're also in a gym, but then there's a stretching part as well. It puts our mind in the right frame set. Okay, so it's a analogy to stretching exercise. So this metta meditation is from the sutra, the Buddhist sutra called the Karya Metta Sutra. It's in the Sutta Nipata. There are 3 baskets of sutras, Sutra of 1.8. And metta in Pali actually there are many translations. Usually translated as loving kindness or loving friendliness, okay, or goodwill, you can say. There are different kind of, because with language, it's very difficult. Metta is a very profound word. So it's when you translate it to English, it's really difficult, because when you say loving kindness, sometimes it has this, kind of inequality aspect to it, because I'm like better off and giving you something, this like loving kindness is like this one way, But in here, there's nothing like that. It's more like a friend. You know, the Buddha, when he was alive, he always called all his fellows friend. Hey, friend, you know, at that time. So this friendliness of equal status, the recognition of equal status. So a goodwill. So anyway, let's try this metta meditation first, and I will guide you. And it is basically, like I say, it's like a stretching before we go into the real, I mean, not real, but the main part of meditation. And it's very important. Stretching is so important. Okay, so so if you just want to, you know, with meditation, you choose a position that suits you. You know, there's this always this analogy of this, you know, guitar string, right? If you turn it too tense, you can't play good music. And if you are too loose, you also can't play the tune. So there's this just right thing. So what happens is like traditionally, the in all the different schools, they will want you to sit upright, you know, because actually it has a meaning that our spine, the main spine, you know, is we have all these energy channels, and when the spines are erect, you know, like those you see animals like cobra, right? They have this, when they're alert, they go like this, and our spines are, when we're upright, we naturally be alert. It's really difficult to be, you know, not alert when you're really upright. So they always say you should at least erect your spine, but as your leg doesn't matter, you can be as relaxed as possible. There's a posture called the emperor's posture, where that's how the emperors sit. So they will have these two palms, right? And then they'll put on their like a knee, and then they just relax, and that's they call the emperor's pose. So you can try that, or you can just relax with your spine a bit erect. So it's this, you don't feel too tensed, but not too relaxed. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And with this metta meditation, you can close your eyes, or you can choose to open your eyes. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to guide you through this. Do you find this a bit too bright, or okay? Yeah? Okay, let's do it. So with this metta meditation, it's called loving kindness meditation. It starts with a very subtle intention of wishing yourself well and happy. So say this, like, say in your mind to yourself, may I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. May I be free from physical sufferings and mental sufferings. May I be free from all pains, anxieties, and fear. Just wishing yourself, may I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. Then you will feel this relaxed state with a smile in you, in your body. Let's also wish everyone in this room, all the participants on Zoom and live here in class, may they be well, may they be happy, may they be free from all mental and physical sufferings, free from fear, free from all kinds of expectations. May they be well. May they be happy. May all the participants here in this room and in Zoom, may everyone be well and happy. Because all sentient beings deserve to be happy. May they be free from all mental sufferings and physical sufferings. May they be well. May they be happy. Going beyond the classroom, let's spread our loving kindness to the whole campus here. For those on Zoom, spreading to your neighborhood, to the city you live in. May all the people, known or unknown to you, seen or unseen to you, may everyone be well and happy, no matter what their status are. May everyone in this city be well and happy. Be free from mental sufferings and physical sufferings. May all be well and happy. Going even further, spreading our loving kindness to cover the whole earth, this precious earth, spreading to all beings, seen or unseen, to all the living creatures. May all be well. May all be happy, free from mental and physical sufferings, free from fear, from expectations. May all be well and happy. And go beyond this earth to all the universe, as far as your mind can reach. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be well and happy. Free from mental and physical suffering. May all beings be well and happy. Once you have spread this loving kindness with all these good energies, you can now slowly coming back from the edge of the universe, bring all these good energies, all this loving kindness back onto this earth, back to this city you're staying, to this campus, and then back to this room, and then all these good energies coming back to your body. May I be well. May I be happy, free from all mental and physical suffering. May I be well. Once you have coming back and come back to this body and gather all these good energies, you can slowly open your eyes. Was it okay? Would you able to follow it? So this is called a metta meditation, and it's prescribed by the Buddha actually to a group of monks who were practicing. This group of monks were practicing in the forest, and then what happened is they couldn't progress in their meditation, and they were keep getting disturbed. So they came and asked the Buddha, how come we are getting disturbed and all this? We couldn't practice. And the Buddha said, because you're occupying someone else's space, and they were already free spirits and all other beings you couldn't see. They were there already, and then you're kind of not really welcome. So the Buddha taught, before you meditate, you should always do this metta meditation. It's good for you, it's good for everyone. So they were then doing this, and then there was no disturbance after that. They were able to progress. And then it also helps. Remember that neural pathways I was talking about? It helps to rewire these neural pathways, make it more malleable, malleable like metals. You can beat it and you can, because now our neural pathways are so solid, so fixed, it's really hard to change. But with this meditation, actually soften our heart. So we're able to accept changes and everything. So this is the stretching part of the meditation, analogy to the gym exercise. Okay, I'm going to just quickly say something about certain obstacles, why you can't meditate, basically. Why not everyone doing it? But actually, all the top athletes of the world, everyone, CEOs, they all meditate, I know friends from Singapore who works in Apple, and the employees, they have to meditate, It actually improves their work efficiency and everything. So some of the biggest obstacle to meditation is this numbness and desensitized, I say. What do I mean by this numbness? This numbness comes from basically our education, how we are brought up, So what happens, we are not living in this present moment because we are constantly engrossed in our thoughts. And these thoughts and ideas and concepts are not what we bring with us originally, These ideas were taught, these concepts. I have a child, is 3, and then the schools are teaching him about colors, shapes, forms, all this. This is a table, all these different kind of labels and reference point and all this. So he built up layers and layers and layers and layers of concepts. And these concepts, once it's formed, then we're trying to be logic and all this, and brings our attention to this fabricated world. Whereas, animals, they don't do that. Have you ever wondered that babies, they get amused at everything they see. They're so amused. Babies never lose inspiration. Have you wonder? And then they're always curious. And you can make a funny face at the baby and they'll laugh. And when you do it again, they laugh. They keep laughing. They don't find it the same. They see something different. How can they do that? Because they have this freshness of the mind. Their mind is so fresh. Yeah, they're not polluted by all these ideas and concepts and all this we build up. These are the things that cause us depression. Babies doesn't know depression. What is depression? Babies doesn't have, this is a bad guy. This is a good guy. This is something clean. This is unclean. It doesn't have that kind of burden. The baby can walk down the street, naked. It doesn't have to care about, putting on dress. So this freedom, this freshness of the mind, this is what we're trying to get back to, and that's how we reform this neural pathway. Okay, so these filters, which layers of filters we have now because of our education, prevent us from direct experiencing, direct recognizing the beauty and the beauty in every moment, the presentness. Okay, it keeps dragging us into this mental construct of ideas. This self-dialogue and everything. That's what's happening. So these are the obstacles to meditation. And luckily, the Buddhists actually, it's really funny because, every different culture, it has certain specialties, like, I know people who, Uskot, the tribe live in northern Russia. They have like maybe 15, 20 terms for different type of snow, but for us, it's just, snow. But because we don't see all this different type, because they live there, they know. So in India, they are specialized in learning about the mind. This chitta, they have this mind. Actually, the Sanskrit, the Indian Sanskrit, they have this 20 terms for mind. The different aspect, different nuances. But for us, it's very vague. What are you talking about? Mind. We never really investigate. We never really look at it. So in here, I'm going to just, before we go into the main meditation, I'm just going to share a story of one of my teacher in Tibet. And this is his story. So he was following a great master at that time. My teacher already passed away. He passed away at age almost 90. He passed away in Tibet. And when he was 14, he was studying under this great master until the age of 14. And at that time, there's this, turbulence, in China at that time with Tibet, the communists about to take over, the nationalists, they were like fighting and all these things going on. A lot of the great masters at that time in Tibet, they kind of knew what's going to happen. So they all shifted, they all moved to India at that time. So this great master also going, and my teacher is following this great master to the border. He's like dragging his horse, and then just as about to cross the border, this great master told my teacher, hey, I think you better stay behind in China to help people. Don't come with me. Of course, he didn't want to. It's his teacher. It could be the last time I ever saw him. And it's true, it's the last time I ever saw him, 14. He said, don't worry. So he gave him the last instruction, how to practice. So he bring him aside and meditated with him. He taught him this very profound word, just relaxed. And this just relax for us is very vague. What do you mean by relax? Is that like, doing that? No, this relax. It's very profound in the Buddhist term. When you say just relax, it also means that, have you ever noticed that actually nothing is under your control? Nothing whatsoever. You might feel the illusion of you are in control. I can now go to my car, I can do something, I can change something. But this is very surface. Our perceived reality as a scientist myself, I study all this biology and all this, our perceived reality is less than 0.01% of what's going on in the world. There are more important things going on right now in the world now. The bacteria, the viruses, the bacteria, the fungi, they actually matter so much. The bacteria, they convert the atmospheric nitrogen into a nitrogen that can be used by plants. That's why we have plants. The bacteria are responsible for decomposing, material, organic matter, so it can recycle back into earth as nutrients. So new life will be born. they are doing all the work, and there is this symbiotic relationship, and then sometimes they fight. So, and then also there's this water cycle, like this. We're talking about the weather pattern, the wind, the ocean current, the tidal effect, the pollination of flowers. All this is happening all the time, but we are not noticing it. We still think we are in control, but actually, there's nothing you can control. Everything. You just have to relax and let the whole system be merged with the system. So just relaxed. And the key here is you have to stop interfering. You have to learn to disengage. Because what happened, you always all hear about this story about the glass of water. When you have a muddy water, the Zen story, when you have a muddy water, what do? You just let it settle. Don't stir it. Just let it settle. Eventually, the water become clear. And that's how we become more and more clear. It's just like this. Muddy water, now you're so numb and blur and everything. But once you just don't agitate it anymore, don't stir it anymore. Don't add your opinion. It doesn't need your opinion. Like a meditation, we go and meditate. Oh, I have a very good thought. Oh, that was good. Yeah, I like that. Then when we have a not so good thought, how can I think of burger right now? We try to push this thought away. So we always have preference, distinction. Those are the stirring. Those are the things that makes you agitated. So you have to know that the Buddha said everything is impermanent. Nothing. You're changing all the time. It's impermanent. Impermanent, as in you don't know when you're going to die. You might be the healthiest person, and then the next moment you could be hit by a car or something. You never know. Really, you never know. But you can also win a lottery tomorrow, tomorrow.
I like
Yes.
your thing, the muddy water. But Bruce Lee once said, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. Water into cup, it becomes cup.
Yes.
And running water never goes stale. I think the emphasis should be on adapting rather to whatever's occurring. Because if you put a cup into water, it will go stale. There might be bacteria in it. It might not be full pure.
Yes.
I think the emphasis is the adaptation rather than just being there. Effortless action, whatever it is. Yeah. If it's muddy water, and hopefully it's all right to drink.
Very good. Yes, very good. I know the Bruce Lee one. The Chinese have this wisdom. They don't call it they have different terminology than the Buddhists. They call it the way. The Taoists always say the way. The ancient Taoists, they're so smart. They're just like the great Greek philosophers. They are so good. They call it the way. There's always a way, and you have to merge with the way. Just like you just don't interfere with your thing, and then you realize your mind will expand, and you will learn. A lot of things become clear to you. That's the way. And I think Bruce Lee's talking about this, the way of water, how the water is so soft, and it can really adapt to everything. Yes. Okay. So let's talking about this regaining our sensitivity. Okay. I know I'm going over time. Are you guys still okay? People online, is it okay? Not too long? I don't know how this works. Anyway. So I'm talking about regaining this sensitivity. Once you have this sensitivity, even the minor things that touches you, we become so covered here, our feelings are so, how do you say this analogy? When you work a lot with your hand in the field, you have this, what's it called on your finger? Calluses, and that prevent you from feeling things, We are like that. It's about removing this. And once you have this sensitivity, your whole world changes. Even the smallest action that people do touches your heart. You feel like, wow, you can appreciate a lot of things. And that's what we want. We want to be alive. No one wants to be like zombies, you know. We are turning, the society is bringing us like more like a zombie, you know. It doesn't want us to regain this pure innocence. So there are so many pathways to regain our sensitivity and sanity. And tonight, I'm going to assume that you're all very, very good. So I'm going to teach you the most direct method to regain this sensitivity. And this most direct method, sometimes when the methods are more direct, it's harder. Why? Because of the simplicity. We're so used to complicated ideas. When we cannot relate to simple things anymore. There's this analogy of like eyelashes. The truth are like our eyelashes, but we just can't see it, It's just so close to us. So, but anyway, I'm going to try it for this week. We're going to try this method. Then next week, we'll try the more instructional methods. But tonight, we're going to just try the most direct method. Okay. Let's go back to this. Can't see everyone. How do I see you? Okay. 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 So this most direct method. Okay. I was talking about disengaging and non-interfering. Okay. So when you build on this, remember that word of just relax. So profound. Slowly, I'll use this over and over again. When you really let go, the Buddhists call it the renunciation. Okay. So when you have a genuine renunciation, when you really let go, like Cheng say, the way you fall away, when you start to relax, you will stop judging yourself. Okay. So what I want you to do for the next 3 minutes, we can't do it for a long time because it doesn't, at the beginning, it's better to be short. So for the next 3 minutes, let's just sit upright. Okay, just sit upright for 3 minutes. Have the emperor posture. What I want you to do is truly just relax. If this is like carelessness, everything. You can choose to close your eyes or open your eyes, doesn't matter. And what I want you to do is whatever pops up in your mind, your thoughts, just don't disturb it. Don't follow your trains of thought, but also don't judge. Don't push anything away. Okay, just notice it, like just watching it naturally, like you are bystander. It's nothing got to do with you. Just relaxed, just like as if you're like sitting on a crossroad and watching all these people go by. Just watch, just relax and watch. So for the next 3 minutes, we're going to do that. Just be alert and relaxed. Whatever passes in your thought, just let it go. Just know it. Don't analyze. Don't judge. Just relaxed in the present moment. So you can slowly open your eyes. So this most direct method, I didn't ask you to focus on anything, nothing. I didn't ask you to do anything, nothing. There's nothing you need to do. That's the problem with our world. We always need to do something. If we don't do something, we feel agitated. That's how crazy we are. So it is actually very profound. And we're so foreign to it. We feel so uneasy sometimes with just this simply do nothing. We're so not used to it. But it's so beautiful not to disturb things. Have you ever seen a beautiful scenery that is so beautiful it takes your breath away and you just don't want to disturb the environment? You hold your breath because it's so beautiful that you feel like if you just breathe on it, you will disturb this peace, you know? And it's how beautiful it is not to disturb. And don't judge, no judgment, nothing. It's very, very profound, and it can go, take you more and more alert, more and more bright, and you will regain your sensitivity. Okay. So if any of you coming back again next week, I have maybe let's don't call it homework, but something small. Okay, so I want you to start. We have this neural pathway so fixed. To be able to break it, we need to kind of get out of the box. So how do you get out of the box? So let's start to notice something that you never take notice. So for this week, let's try to find 10 cracks. It can be cracks on the wall, it can be in your car. Just try to notice something that you never put attention to it. Just try to find 10 cracks, okay? One of the homeworks to notice 10 cracks, that's it. And then also, I want you to use your touches more. As a child, they play with toys. They play everything with their hand. You always tell the children, don't touch this, don't touch. They will touch everything. They go to the supermarket, they want to touch this. They go to a department store, they touch this. Because touch is a very primordial sense we have. And as we grow older, we learn all this education, behave. We don't touch things anymore. Do you remember on your table, the texture on your table, how it feels like? The texture of your house wall. Do you know what it feels like? I want you to do that. let's start touching stuff like a kid and notice the feeling that you have when you touch this. Wow, that's how this is rough, this is good, touch the table. Even touch yourself, touch yourself. I want you to use this touch sense more, trigger this more. And the easiest way to do this is, brushing your teeth in the morning. Usually we're so busy brushing teeth, we are like thinking of what we have to do, plan this, plan that, or we can't be, we even look at our phone, we're brushing and all this, right? Answering calls. So let's just make it for this week while you're brushing in the morning. Just brush and just feel the sensation of the brush touching your gum, like this brush touching gum. And then see if you can feel this ticklishness. Maybe after a few days, you'll start regaining this. Hey, wow, this part is kind of ticklish, Let's just try to do that for a week when you brush. Okay, is it okay? Can we try that? And tell me how you feel next week when we see each other again. So sorry for the people online. Do you have any questions or yeah? Can you hear me clearly? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, great. So so I'm going to wrap up tonight, whatever I say. And usually it's a very good tradition. It's a Buddhist tradition. I know a lot of you are not Buddhist, but I think it's a beautiful tradition that when we do something good or we do something meaningful with our life and helping others, whatever, we always try to share this joy we have with everyone. So this, in the Buddhists, they have a term called the dedication of merits, but let's don't call it that. Just this sharing of this, wow, tonight I hear something different. Let's share. When I feel, wow, yeah, it creates certain joy in me. That's okay. When you have that joy, share it with everyone. Share it in your mind. May everyone be well and happy. May everyone be able to regain their sensitivity. May be a better and better person. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry it went so long. No, isn't it an hour session? It's a 1 hour? It's 1 hour. Oh, okay. 5 minutes. I thought I'm like okay. So if we have 5 more minutes, anyone want to ask anything? Or would you like to participate in the homework or?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I find a little bit conflicting is this idea that, like, of course you're right, like the more education we have and the more sort of things that, sorry, it's very dark. Okay, it's better. Like the more that we learn, I feel like there's more that blocks our perception because we have more and more biases and new ways of thinking about things. And for example, like, hi Eddie, I just came back from Indonesia. It's like now I can even speak Bahasa Indonesia. So even I'm thinking in more languages. But how do we then find a good balance between like the benefits of like furthering our education? Like for me, like I'm thinking, yeah, I want to do a master's in that, but then not letting it block our perception too much.
Oh,
you PhD candidate sort of thing. So how do you not let all of that knowledge block the purity of what life is?
It's really, really good question. Actually, it's really, really good. And the thing is, like we're taught from young with all these concepts and everything. And the thing is, it is a tool that we can use. Actually, logic is not something bad. We can use logic to create a lot of beautiful stuff. We can use this language, just like you say, the Bahasa language in Indonesia. It's so beautiful in certain phrases, all that. But the problem with this is that what we tend to do, we get hijacked by the tools we use. We get hijacked. When a tool doesn't become a tool anymore, we no longer treat it like a tool. Our intellectual ability and all this, we're not using it as a tool, but we thought, oh no, that's me. Oh, you start to identify yourself with it, and you start to cling on to it, and you start to have expectations, and it's no longer a tool, but you start to suffer from it. And that's when the negative aspect of this comes in. But if you can just treat it like, yeah, it's a tool. I can use it's really good. I can use it to invent rocket and everything. But if I need to let it go, I can let it go anytime because it's not me. It's just a tool, right? I can use the phone today and then I can just let it go. Don't use my phone. It's not life or death. And that's something really important. Not getting hijacked by the tools, by the intellectual awareness that we have. And it's very, like, I study a lot of mathematics. Mathematics is such a beautiful language. It can describe a lot of things that our common language couldn't describe, In maths, you are not bound by time, past, present, future, imaginary. Now, you're not bound by physical objects, the imaginary numbers and all this. So beautiful. It's such a beautiful tool to describe reality. Quantum mechanics, so beautiful. The relativity theory, that proves time is a total illusion and everything. So it just help us. We can use it to make us more aware of the reality. And when we can use it in a good way and not hijacking us, it's good. Yeah. And then that's why I'm very biased with all this news, CNN or Sydney Morning Herald. Every time I read them, I feel like there's this hidden agenda behind it, There's always this hidden agenda. They're trying to say, say something. So yeah, like when you are smart enough, you know how to discern this information we're getting. Yeah, I hope I'm saying something. Anyone wants to share something?
Just about Jimmy.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing some yourself. I think implicit in her question and what you're saying is also there is a distinction between what is wisdom from the heart and knowledge from the head, isn't there?
Yes.
And knowing that distinction is so important.
Yes, of course. And that's why this is so worth investigating. Why all this efforts from China, all these emperors, when they have everything and they want to learn meditation, a lot of the teaching method were only available for the emperors. They see the value in it, and all these patrons, out of the 100 emperors in China, I think 90% are patrons of Buddhism. Even stronger than India. In Buddhism, India kind of died off. But in China, it continues to this day. All this, they are not stupid people. They are the people who are the highest power. They can have everything they want, the dictatorship of these emperors. And they're seeking this truth. They want to free themselves from all this entanglement as well, this suffering. So when a wisdom Buddhist sage came and said, no, you have mistaken that as you. You have mistaken that as it is not you. You just haven't seen it clearly. They give analogy of like seeing this rope in a dark room and you mistake it for a snake, and you're so afraid of it. So afraid you don't dare go near it. And when the wind blows, when the rope starts to dance, make it even more real with all this. But when you turn on the light of the brightness of the mind, the clarity is, it's just a rope. Okay. It's immediately that disappears. So that's what we're trying to do here. This path. That's why the whole path is so blissful. The Buddha actually taught in his sutra, he said, followers, don't just believe me. Test out yourself, please. Try out for yourself. Don't believe me just because I emit light, whatever. I can fly or something. But try it on yourself. Try on your own. And he said the whole path is blissful at the beginning, blissful in the middle, and blissful at the end. And you should try it out. Yes. And that's why I encourage everyone to seek out this path. Yes. Thank you, Zen. I think I talk too much. Please share something. Yes. Are you finding it okay? Is the technical things too technical, or is okay?
Is there any way of getting the recording?
I was also going to ask that as well.
Yeah,
I know you said you were recording.
Yeah. Because yes,
sometimes you want a bit of repetition.
Yes. Yes. Well, if you want the recording, I can ask them to. Yeah, you can join a group or something.
You want to put it up on YouTube or just put it in the group?
Yeah, or whatever is easier for everyone to access. Yes.
If you want to put in your email in your mobile, and then I'll circulate.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. How do I?
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you next week. Yeah. Thank you, everyone online. I hope you enjoy the session.
Thank you.
Something a little bit different, maybe.
Jimmy.
Hey, you look very handsome. Like a movie star. Okay, so then how do I do this Zoom end thing? End recording?
Yeah, just end recording. But you need to give it enough time to save.
Yeah, how do I stop the recording? Is it here?
Yeah.
Stop.